So I'm not going to record an intro for this video because frankly I think it'd be dumb and stupid for me to be like, video games have always had a history of literature, from magazines to video game manuals, blah 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 blah. Because I originally had an intro scripted out, and then the more I was reading it, the more dumb it sounded, because I was like, who the fuck cares? Like, you are probably looking at the timestamp and the fact that this video is about a topic that you probably don't care about a lot. You're like, great, something for me to listen to in the background while I go cook or read fanfiction on AO3 or cosplay, whatever you do. I don't know. I'm like, I don't need to make an intro for this video. I don't think anyone cares. I'm just gonna start talking and eventually we'll get to the actual subject I say the video's about. Anyways, first off, it's Kingdom Hearts. Okay? Okay. So I've been a big fan of Kingdom Hearts for like more than half of my life right now. I started playing the games when I was 9 or 10, and currently I'm 19, about to turn 20. So the more than half of my life thing is almost kind of life, but kind of not. Because at this point it will probably just out half me. What's the word? Like, when I am 25, this will have been part of my life for like 15 years is what I mean. And it'll be like well over half of my life. Currently it's about half, but it's only gonna grow in time. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. But being a fan of Kingdom Hearts is hard because I like collecting things that I like. And Kingdom Hearts is no exception, and because there's like so much lore, there's so many books, I have the Kingdom Hearts character files, the Kingdom Hearts Ultimania. I also have several copies of the manga from different games, different iterations. I have the light novels, I have art books, I'm looking at my wall right now because that's where I keep all my Kingdom Hearts stuff, and I'm not gonna go and take it down. I have a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff is basically what I'm saying, and I also have a bunch of the games as well. So I have Kingdom Hearts, Dream Drop Distance, of course, Birth by Sleep. This is the Japanese version that I have, because I actually have a Japanese version, this one, and the US version, both on PSP. I have a PSP, I don't know where it is. So will I ever be able to play this one in its original format? Maybe. I don't really know, man. I have Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts the original, and Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. I have every single game on its original console. This is the ones that I have with me right now. I also have a bunch of the other ones that I don't currently have with me right now because they're in my dorm. But I have all these games. I don't have a PS2 to play these on. I don't have, like, why was I gonna say I don't have a DS? I have a DS. I was just about to lie to you guys. I'm so sorry. But I have, like, a lot of the games, a lot of stuff that I consider collectibles because I'm used to collecting things, because besides Kingdom Hearts, I am also a Love Live fan. Now, this feels like a weird segue, but I kind of need to explain this one. Kingdom Hearts merchandise is really expensive. For example, they have a unplayable chessboard that's like $800, I think. It's really expensive. I don't exactly see the purpose in it. They have a lot of like weird collaboration. Like, they had a suitcase collaboration. I don't know if anyone remembers that one, but I do. And it was also expensive. And I don't collect stuff like that because it's expensive. And I am cheap. But there's a lot of collectibles in other media and stuff like that that has to do with books and everything. So that's why I have so many copies of the manga, so many copies of the light novel, stuff like that. Because I'm used to collecting different types of books and stuff. Love Live is one of those things that I collect magazines of, because specifically, I keep moving this around. I'm gonna keep it here, and I'm gonna try not to move it. So this is G's Magazine, and this is a Japanese magazine publication that focuses a lot on different, English word. It focuses a lot on cute girls, I guess, is how I'd present it. Though a lot of it has to do with different idol animes and franchises, and like for the most part, the way I describe G's Magazine is it focuses on cute girls, specifically idols. This copy is from 2015, which doesn't make it the oldest thing in the world. However, I believe it's been serialized since the late 2000s, if I remember correctly. Late 2000s, early 2010s, to my knowledge. It's one of the things that I know a lot of people collect, specifically within the idol community, because of the covers. So this is G's Magazine. G's Magazine turned into Love Live Days. I don't know how, or like when exactly the switch occurred. I just remember walking into the store one day and suddenly instead of G's Magazine, I saw Love Live Days. And I thought it was a separate publication at first, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure Dengeki G's Magazine just changed to Love Live Days because they started just releasing a bunch of Love Live content, because that's what they're primarily known for. When you look inside of this magazine, it's like a lot of Love Live content. Hi, Honoka. And again, these magazines are really interesting to me. So a lot of people will collect them for like the material inside or the covers. The covers generally are visuals that aren't available anywhere else besides on G's Magazine. This one is an exception because this is one for the movie. Wow, it's a key visual from the movie. How cool. This one stuck out to me because it was the first time that I had seen Bang Dream in a publication as well. And you may be like, hey, this is not the Bang Dream that I know. And I would say, yeah, I know, right? It's very interesting because this is like the original Poppin' Party. They all look very different. Katsumi kind of kept the hair horn things, but it's in a like different art style and stuff like that. And I think it's really interesting just to like look at this in 2015 and then Bang Dream now. But the other thing that this particular issue is known for to me and people that I know is Aquars. Because this had a like entries about Aquars section where they went through the intros, where they talked about like all the characters and stuff, and it has this little 2-page spread of the first years, and I think it's so cute. Look at them. So stuff like this is very collectible and very popular, which leads me to manga magazines, this one being my personal favorite to collect. Again, I'm not mentally well. This publication is G Fantasy. So sometimes when you buy a manga magazine, depending on the publication, there will be freebies with it. One freebie that I got, it was a January issue I think, is this folder. For a manga series that I don't particularly care for. I guess it's about this guy who goes and becomes a teacher at a yokai academy. Yokai meaning like supernatural spirits and stuff like that. So a lot of magazines will come with freebies, and it's like a folder or a poster, or the one that I got for this month's issue of G Fantasy is a Tokyo Aliens like coaster set. It's like a little cardboard thing, and then you pop out the coasters. I'll put a picture in over here or something like that. I haven't opened it. I don't plan to open it because I like Tokyo Aliens and I like my collectibles of Tokyo Aliens. So I'm not gonna take it out or anything. But you get the gist. A lot of times people will collect for the freebies and again for the covers, because the cover art most of the time is stuff that isn't released anywhere else. Like this art, not available anywhere else except for the cover of this magazine. I love Tokyo Aliens, by the way. That's another thing that I collect a lot of. I have, so far, all 6 volumes. I have 3 volumes in English, because they're still coming out with those volumes, and so I'm just like, I'm collecting all of them. I've read it over at least 8 times now, the Japanese and the English, because I also like reading between English and Japanese volumes, because I like looking at the translations more or less. I was gonna say errors, but most of the time they aren't errors. It's just like different ways of translating. I think it's interesting. I might make a video on translation sometime, but that's besides the point. You can see how this video is as long as it is, and I'm still not even at the topic that I'm trying to get at. G Fantasy. People collect it. I collect it. A lot of these publications aren't published in English, but you know what was for a while? Shonen Jump. Now, Shonen Jump, to my knowledge, isn't collected as regularly as other manga magazines, especially not the US versions. I know nowadays Shonen Jump gets collected a bit more often because there's a couple of really popular titles in the Japanese version, obviously. Things like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. Those are the only 2 that are coming to mind right now, but I know there's more. But a lot of people have started collecting Shonen Jump again recently, which is great and all. But I think it's interesting to look at the American copies because they're not made anymore, so that's why I like collecting them. Because I like collecting things that aren't made anymore because they make me feel special and cool for finding them somehow. It doesn't really make sense to me, but oh well. Inside of these issues of Shonen Jump specifically, it's interesting to look at the advertisements because wow does it scream 2000s. Like this Yu-Gi-Oh! This Yu-Gi-Oh! Advertisement for a game on the Game Boy Advance is very much like 2000s to me. This get the gear at Naruto.com. I don't even know if Naruto.com exists. But, you know, if you want to get the gear there. Like, these types of advertisements are so very quintessentially 2000s to me. And now we're finally getting to the part of the video where I actually talk about the subject of today's video. As I was looking at these advertisements from the 2000s, I kept thinking to myself, hey, I've seen a lot of like Kingdom Hearts advertisements when I was younger and didn't really know what Kingdom Hearts was at the time, so I never fully got invested in it, or I never like actually contemplated that the ads were Kingdom Hearts. But now that I have, I'm like thinking about those advertisements and I'm like, I wonder if I could collect them, and I wonder how many print ads I could feasibly collect. And that is where I'm now at. So originally I had planned for the second part of the video to be me going into a bookstore and trying to find video game print ads. However, I got in trouble for recording and I also couldn't find anything, so really it was a lose-lose situation for me. We're just gonna skip over that and skip to the part where I try and find video game print ads in my own books at home.
Okay, it's me. Hello. So after looking, I did find one of my family's Archie it's really beat up. I found at least one of the comics within that, so that's good. I looked through it already and there is no ads in here for video games, so I'm gonna keep looking. Also, I just looked to my right and I saw the Guinness World Record 2015 Gamers Edition. I wonder if Tommy Tallarico is in there. Okay, I was joking, but Tommy Tallarico does actually make an appearance during the Most Video Game Concerts Performed thing. Okay.
So as you can see, the actual physical search for video game print ads went very, very poorly. I found nothing, which means that I'm turning to the internet, and instead of a physical collection, I'm just going to build a virtual collection because I also collect like books and stuff on my computer. It takes up a lot of storage. I think my virtual library takes up approximately 30 gigabytes as of right now. But that's besides the point. Let's add more to this collection. I found this Tumblr called Video Game Print Ads. It is the first thing that comes up when you look up video game print ads. So that's how I found it. And I just wanted to show you some of my favorite print ads that I've seen so far. And so this ad right here for Star Horse 4 really caught my attention because, first off, what's Star Horse 4? Why are there 4 of them? Why is this horse in a chair? I was very confused. And so I kept scrolling further down and I saw that this was not like a print ad in magazines or anything, but an actual physical advertisement that was set up on like banners and stuff. And I was even more confused, so I scroll down even more. And then I see girls, and I go, what? I realize, oh, okay, this is an arcade game. Except that answered none of my questions, because what do you mean this is an arcade game? The little blurb at the end that the author of the video game print ads Tumblr puts is, so here's an interesting series and genre that I saw during my trip. Star Horse is a horse racing simulator that goes a bit more beyond being another gambling metal game. So on top of the gambling bits, there's also management elements that allow you to up a horse's stats. You also get to have a selection of secretaries who can be given cute outfits unlocked with other stuff using a gacha mechanic that uses in-game currency. There's a lot more going on here, too complicated to note in this post. I'm going by deduction anyway. But all of this is noteworthy since this is an arcade game, which also provides a comfy chair and small table in its cabinet and play area. It's not the weirdest thing in the world because I've been to arcades like in Japan and I've seen that. And I know the type of game and genre that they're talking about, but I think it's just it's the horse of it all. Like, I think it'd make more sense if you would want to make like the main poster this one with the girls and everything, because that's like your main clientele, like not girls but like guys who want to like look at cute girls and race horses, I guess. Like, I assume that's your main clientele, but if your advertisement is this horse right here, I feel like no one's gonna take your horse racing game seriously because look at this horse. So yeah, this is just a strange thing to me. I've added it to my personal collection. I've taken this picture and I've put it into my virtual library because there's just something about Star Horse 4 that really doesn't speak to me because I hate horses, but like fuels me with spite in humanity, I suppose. This one I also like. This one says, "The way to a man's heart is through his ribcage," and it's a Xena Warrior Princess ad. But I particularly like this one because the way to anyone's heart is through their ribcage, and I know I'm just being like a pedant for things and all, but Xena, men are not special. Everyone's way to their hearts through their ribcage, let's be honest. And then this advertisement, which okay, there's something very strange about the way that he is framed here, because it's not equidistant between the lady on the right and the man on the left. Like, he's more towards the man on the left, but at the same time, he's also off-center. And something about it really bothers me. And it took me a while to like try and figure out why this was important because I completely missed the big sign saying "The Pentagon, Washington," and I was like, why do I care that this man has denied the existence of any place called Area 51? And then I saw the actual like the Pentagon, Washington, and I was like, oh, okay, you know what, that makes more sense now. I get it. And so the next thing that I found that I truly love is this print ad from 2002 of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle that just says, "Come all ye faithful." Now, I personally have never played a Sonic game. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have played a Sonic game before, but it was a Sonic port onto mobile phones. I don't know if anyone ever played this, but it was the one game that my mom had on her phone as I was growing up. And so, like, you know, as a kid, I'd be like, "You got games on your phone?" And she's like, "You have Sonic." And so I'd play the little Sonic game, but I think it only had like 2 or 3 levels because I only remember playing 2 or 3 levels. And I think it would reset every single time that you like close the phone or something like that because I don't ever remember getting further than like the 2 or 3 levels. So yeah, so I've never actually played a Sonic game, so I don't know if this is like biblically accurate Sonic or not. I also don't know why he has a halo. I'm assuming he's not dead, considering there are a lot of games after Sonic Adventure 2. This ad is very interesting to me. I keep saying the word interesting, but this one is just like actually very fascinating to me because I'm confused because I've never played a Sonic game in my life. Now, I don't know how well you guys can read this because I did have to like squint to read this, but in the little text blurb on the bottom, it says, "The time has come, choose your hedgehog leader wisely," I think referring to Sonic and Shadow. And really, I have no words for any of this. I just really want to know what "come all you faithful" means. And why is Sonic in heaven? Okay, Sonic's supposed to be like an angel here, and Shadow is like supposed to be a devil, and then, you know, the other half of this ad series would be Shadow as a devil, and then like Sonic as an angel, because that just seems like even more homoerotic subtext that I don't think the Sonic the Hedgehog games intend to put in there, but like everything that I've seen about the Hedgehog seems kind of like, And in Pride Month, this was posted in June of 2002, so like in Pride Month, really? I remember a specific Kingdom Hearts ad from my childhood that I wasn't able to find on the Fiji Print Ads Tumblr. The specific ad that I remember was for Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, and it was like a very standard like 2000s game advertisement. It wasn't special in any way, it didn't have any special art, any special graphics. It was just the key art for 358 over 2 days, and then little screenshots of the game underneath. And so that's an ad that I remember seeing as a child, but actually isn't on the Video Game Print Ads Tumblr, but I did find it, I'll show you later. I did find these Kingdom Hearts ads, so I just searched up Kingdom Hearts into the search bar of their Tumblr and found this. So first is the Chain of Memories ad, which is cool. I like the original Chain of Memories, not to get too specific into my Kingdom Hearts opinions, but I like the original Chain of Memories. I like the original Chain of Memories. I don't like Rechain of Memories or the like 1.5 remix versions where you are actually like 3D and everything. I think the pixelated style for the Game Boy Advance that they implemented for Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is really good, and that version of the game was fun, which I also have that one, again, on the original console. But I really don't like when they like made it 3D and then it just wasn't the same. I think they could have kept it still pixelated. They could have. I know they could have. But the next one up is Kingdom Hearts 2. And it seems like for Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, they had a very similar advertising style where they would put in these banners that you see here with different characters and also have the larger advertisements down here. I personally am not a big fan of this advertisement because the vignette around the art for Kingdom Hearts 2 is very jarring for some reason to me. I don't think it should be, but something about it is, and I don't know what it is. And you know, the Kingdom Hearts 2, the story isn't over. Something about that doesn't feel right nowadays. But the banners themselves look interesting. I think that the ones that they have for Kingdom Hearts is even better though. Because Kingdom Hearts, they kept it very simple with their advertisement. At first, it's just the key art with the logo in the top left. An amazing new adventure from the creators of Final Fantasy. That's all well and good. I like that. I like this advertisement. It's cute. It's nice. The banners are a little... I don't really like these banners either. Maybe I just have a problem with banner advertisements, whatever these are. I don't know where banner ads are placed, but considering there's like 3 of them and they look to be separated, I'm gonna assume they were like separated in magazines, right? Because this one says, "You never know who you will run into next." And I think the only reason that would bother me is like, if you are somebody, and I'm again assuming that these are all separate. If they're not separate, then this point is dumb. But if they are separated, then none of this makes sense because like you'd just be reading, "You never know," and I'm like, I do never know. You're so right, Hades. But then if I like later on see "run into next," then it's like, okay. Then also, I'm having like a Sasa Lele moment where I am reading, "You who run, never you into no you will." Oh, what? "You who run, never you into no will next." Even though I know it's "you never know who you will run into next." But it hurts my brain to look at these. And the Kingdom Hearts 2 ones don't really have this issue because it says "new allies, new worlds, and new adventures." It's all simple and clean. It bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me. Okay, I did not mean to lie again. However, it looks like the original poster of the Kingdom Hearts ad that I saw is no longer available because the Kingdom Hearts subreddit has gone private due to the API pricing changes, I believe, for Reddit in general. That means that I'm no longer able to access the original photo that I saw. However, I did find another one in an eBay listing where somebody's selling, I guess, the ad. I don't understand that one. But I found the image again. This was the ad that I was talking about. And the original poster on the Reddit had found the advertisement in an Archie's comic book, which is where I remember seeing all of these Kingdom Hearts ads, because my family growing up had a lot of Archie's comics digest. And so when I was reading through it, I'd always look at the ads, and that's where I remember seeing a lot of different video game ads. But that person, their post is no longer available for me to see because Kingdom Hearts subreddit has gone private. So that's why originally I wanted to try and find physical copies within Archie's Comics Digest, but in the store that I went to, they had absolutely no Archie's Comic Digest, which I thought was really weird because I thought they'd have at least some. They had a bunch of the Archie's comics that were the newer ones and not the older ones, and I was really confused by that because don't they still sell the Archie Comic Digest? Unless I'm wrong. And I was just really confused because I was like, you have all of these newer ones, but none of the older ones, which I feel like would probably be worth a bit more for you guys to sell, because realistically, who wants the newer ones that are based off of Riverdale? Like, who is gonna go out of their way to buy Archie's comics that are based off of Riverdale, the TV show? I don't get it. So this is the end of the video. I'm gonna cap it off here so that I don't talk for too long, even though half of this video was spent talking about things that aren't video game print ads. That's besides the point. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be making a video every week for the rest of the summer, maybe sometimes twice a week because I'm currently behind my schedule. That doesn't matter. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, I don't know, like the video, comment something, subscribe if you want. Do whatever. I can't control you.